I love Kingdom Hearts. But to be completely honest, Kingdom Hearts is a game I never thought I'd fall in love with as much as I did. This video will be less of a summary or detailed analysis and more of me trying to sell you on one of my favorite games. Before I get into Kingdom Hearts 1, let me tell you about one of my first ever experiences with Kingdom Hearts. A few years back, I want to say 2020 to 2021, I was just relaxing in my room when I heard a conversation going on. I noticed that my younger brother, who not too long ago asked my parents for this game and wanted to return it. Now, I never really knew what a Kingdom Hearts 3 was, but I saw there was a plucky, spiky haired anime protagonist on the cover and Donald and Goofy, so it really piqued my interest. But other than that, I didn't pay it any mind. My brother was planning on taking it back to GameStop, likely to use the money for some sort of fast food, but I spoke up and I told my mom I'd give it a shot. She said, go ahead, and I booted it up, and the rest was history. But seeing Sora with his back turned, staring longingly at the Pow Pow fruit in his hand in that white background, I just found that really interesting. I mean, it was simplistic, yet it conveyed such a strong feeling of solemn at the same time. I wanted to see where things would go, and I was very obviously confused about the characters in the intro, and it suddenly got me thinking, wait a minute, I don't even know who any of these people are, like at all, which later inspired me to go look up a lot of lore videos, but to get back on topic, watching all sorts of unfamiliar characters pop up throughout the intro intrigued me further. And then, one of my favorite parts of the entire series, Sora falling onto what looked like a giant stained glass window with this mystical, almost divine music playing in the background. Sora stepping through the mirror, looking at all of his memories, and then deciding which path he wants to take for his level ups. Which I spent forever on, debating on what would be the best path, by the way. And the rest was history. I'll talk about Kingdom Hearts 3 every now and then throughout the video, but I'd like to make a separate dedicated video as to why I love that game so much, so I might not have as many edited clips from that game. But long story short, I really messed with the art style, the funny character moments, the floaty, flashy, and fast gameplay, the different worlds, the sense of exploration in this hero's journey. I mean, the fact that the game was a crossover between Final Fantasy and Disney, which took me aback for a while, and the story most of all. I constantly went and tried to piece things together. Watching the aforementioned lore videos, I distinctly remember feeling bad for Kairi and being confused about what was going on with her and especially Sora. Like, but looking back on it, it was essentially like reading the last 5 chapters of a book. Then, for me to not really play or think about it for the next few years after finishing it, despite me loving it as I went through, I saw the HD collection. There were bundles that were on sale, and all the fun, excitement, mystery, and whimsy that Kingdom Hearts gave me came rushing back. I didn't really think about it, like I said. It was something that was kind of in the back of my mind. I played Union Cross when I was little, but that was really it. But man, when I got this game bundle, everything changed. I instantly purchased it, knowing I had to experience the entire story for myself. Not just through the funny lore explanations. I had a lot more game experience and just general knowledge and maturity, seeing as it's been 4 or 5 years. So I came into the game with an open mind. I wasn't expecting a 2002 remaster to be as a fine-tuned game as the modern games that I've been playing recently. Although I do really love older games, so I guess that helped too for my enjoyment of the game. Like DMC 1, 3, both Sonic Adventures, Path of Radiance, Radiant Dawn, Persona 3, Persona 4, Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask, etc. But anyways, I want to talk about the game. Okay, so I sort of lied. Not the present. I had written the script and I had recorded it when I had basically first played Kingdom Hearts 1 a couple months ago. But now I've gone through Dream Job Distance. Well, I'm at Dream Job Distance right now. I've played through all the other games. Again, still loving the series so far. Will make videos about the other games. But just want to let you know, this is my initial impressions on Kingdom Hearts 1. So yeah. Now for the real meat and potatoes of this video. Kingdom Hearts 1 itself. For this section, I mainly want to talk about the presentation and gameplay. I'll hop around and show and mention different parts of the game, but I will go into more detail later when I talk about the story itself. I was so excited, to say the least. Hopping into this game, I really wanted to see what it was all about. How things started, you know? I mean, just booting up the game, and there it was. That white background with Sora standing by his lonesome with his hoodie up, holding what looks to be a flag, and with those elegant and somewhat sorrowful piano keys playing in the background. I played the game on Final Mix, so that's the perspective I'm going into it with when it comes to challenge. I really liked how choosing what you specialize in, whether it be attack, magic, or defense, is characterized by your values. Same with the EXP gain you have when Sora talks to the creepy dream versions of his friends. It's such a unique experience that I'm so enamored with. The start of the game can be a little slow with the combat as you get most of your complex skills later on. Nonetheless, it's a very enjoyable experience. I loved going around as Sora while he plays with his friends at their hangout spot, Destiny Islands, where y'all just hang out and compete. You really buy into the idea that they're just a group of kids making the most of the space that they have. Having battles with the island kids is real fun. I never tire of beating up Titus, Selphie, and Waka. After you get more familiar with countering, doing jump attacks, and timing your moves, you feel like you're the king of the hill, so to speak. It's especially rewarding fighting them all at once after getting familiar with their movesets. At first, you only start with your base attack on the battle menu. You can press it repeatedly to slash, then, with the D-pad, you can select magic and a range of magic options to attack, consuming MP. When you get items, you can do the same thing, being able to select from potions to restore health, ether to restore MP, or elixir to restore both to you or your party members. Lastly, the summon command, where you can summon some of your friends you meet along your journey, like the Genie, Tinkerbell, Simba, etc. It gives you a variety of ways to approach whoever you're fighting. It really gives off that JRPG Final Fantasy vibe that I love so much. You feel like you're playing a JRPG as an action character. It's sort of novel. For me personally, the menu wasn't that hard to navigate, but I have heard some people have had trouble with navigating throughout the different options. But I think you'll get a hang of it pretty quickly. I know I did. I haven't played Kingdom Hearts 3 in so long, but it was pretty easy for me to pick up Kingdom Hearts 1 and understand how to navigate that menu. But now, my favorite part is the skills. Throughout the game, as you level up, you get this thing called AP, which are basically the skill points that you allocate. They unlock skills such as the dodge roll or counter, where you use the square button rather than X, or you get reaction commands like Ars Arcanum or Ripple Drive, which are super moves where you press triangle to deal massive damage, to the more utility-based moves like Leaf Bracer, which grants you invincibility while you heal. Now, on to the biggest threat on this island, Riku. He really puts your skills to the test. What I love the most is how he even keeps count of the score between the two of you, which really sells the whole rivalry between him and Sora. Riku counters, pressures you, and even does a recovery attack. He's a lot more skilled than the other kids, and you can really buy that he was able to take them all down. And now he's your final challenge. Oh, and before I forget, there's this neat little thing called tech points that reward you for countering attacks, and they act as a secondary form of EXP, which is really satisfying to get a lot of. For a 2002 game, the movement and combat feels fast and expressive, which is impressive, honestly. As you explore and progress, you have another thing you can compete with him for. You have this race where you try to get to the end, and Sora is bullied by Riku a little bit about how he's gonna get the Pow Pow fruit for Kairi. But the entire section of the game got me hooked. It's simple yet so charming, and it really got me oddly nostalgic for the game I used to play, like Legend of Zelda: The Wind Waker or Sonic Adventure, which both have strong opening segments. Going forward, though, I feel like I can get lost in these worlds. They're so big and have so many little secrets in them. I really feel like I'm exploring an expansive world, exploring every nook and cranny, and not only Destiny Islands, but all of the worlds, like sliding down branches and swinging across the vines with Tarzan, swimming against the curse with Ariel, or flying around Neverland with Peter Pan. I mean, you even get abilities like Glide or Fast Swim for completing these worlds. There's always something to find around the corner. You'll find these little chests in each of the worlds where they'll contain potions, maps, crafting material, lost pages to use to unlock more parts of the 100-acre world, or even mysterious lost reports containing lore about the Heartless and their goal. I never get tired going from world to world, interacting with different characters, wondering what new journey will go on next. Lastly, I want to talk about the enemies, and especially the boss. The aforementioned Heartless come in many shapes and sizes, ranging from little foot soldiers to these big guys who can spit fire, to this weird armor guy. I find it interesting how naturally born Heartless don't have a heart emblem on them, but Heartless with a heart emblem are artificially made. It's something you find out in these reports that you collect throughout the worlds, which is really cool because you wouldn't know about them unless you read and collect those reports. It's really cool just going from world to world, seeing how these Heartless expand or how they're just different, you know. I like that at the end of the game you get these really souped up Heartless with all these different abilities, or when you go to the Coliseum in the Hercules world and you're fighting through waves and waves of Heartless, and they just get more advanced and more unique, and some of them have unique ways with dealing with them, and I just find that really charming. And because the Heartless are these world destroying like monsters, you really feel like you're saving the world every Heartless that you slay. And my favorite Heartless design, which is a really cool take, is Darkseid. He's so cool. It's literally the cool, like when Destiny Islands is eventually destroyed because of the Heartless, and because you have to stop the Heartless as the Keyblade wielder, right? You have to stop them from getting to the heart of the world. When Destiny Islands is being destroyed, you fight Darkseid. It's so cool. He's this massive hulking Heartless, this pure Heartless that's just full of power. He's kind of easy, but he's, I don't know, dude. He's cool. I mean, come on, man. He's cool. And you just find a lot of really interesting and cool Heartless designs as you go out throughout the worlds. And some of them are tailored to the specific world that you're in. And I just find it, again, really charming. It's like everybody who made this game, they truly cared about what they were making, and they just put all their creative talent into everything. Going from world to world fighting Heartless isn't the only challenge that you have. While you are going from world to world, you're in this spaceship called the Gummy Ship, and these sections become a lot more fun in later entries, but I feel like they have a good starting off point. It's neat flying from planet to planet, ducking and dodging meteors while fighting enemies. It didn't really stick out to me much, but it's a nice part of the game. I'm kind of lukewarm on it. It's not the best thing ever, but it's also not the worst. However, this game really shines with its boss fights. And honestly, to get the negatives out of the way, there are some stinkers. Like, Ursula was difficult, and I hated swimming back to the boss arena when I died. Donald and Goofy always died prematurely because they couldn't dodge her lightning attacks. I like how the game has you rely on your swimming slash mobility and timing your hits on her instead of relying on your rolls and counter, but I fully understand why someone wouldn't like that. Chernobog can also be a slog. He suffers from the same problem with restricted abilities and also doing tons of damage while having a big health bar. Earth Titan was way too easy for a Coliseum boss fight, and I personally never liked fighting Cerberus. But man, did I love Captain Hook, Hades, Riku, Maleficent. Heck, you even get the chance to fight your Final Fantasy friends like Leon and Yuffie in a tag team match. No fight feels the same to me. They all have you on your toes and get you thinking, what's the best way to fight this guy? You know? The final boss, for one, was a long and arduous fight, but man, did I feel so complete after beating him. All of these boss fights have something special to them, whether it's Yuffie and Leon using their own unique moves and healing one another, feeling like an actual team, or Captain Hook relying on you having timing and not getting too greedy trying to attack him, or with Hades, how he has like a super health bar where you have to kind of beat him up enough until you can finally do some damage to him, or with Riku, where he really just feels like you're equal. It feels so different with each and every person. You're thinking, man, should I use my gravity spell? Should I use Blizzard? Should I counter? Is this counterable? Should I stay close? Should I go far? You know, how should I command Donald and Goofy? It's so different and expressive, and that's what I love about the game. And of course, super bosses are a staple of the series, and they certainly don't disappoint here. After progressing far enough through the Olympus Coliseum, you're able to fight against the Frost Giant and Sephiroth. A little less cool that you're fighting the Frost Giant. The Frost Giant's cool and all, but Sephiroth from Final Fantasy VII. It's one of the coolest moments ever. I always get goosebumps when I hear that theme, dude. He feels like he's just as strong as you'd see him anywhere else. And One Winged Angel playing is one of the coolest theme songs and just moments in the game. Man, you gotta play it for yourself. honestly. And after clearing Hollow Bastion, you get to fight this insanely tough hooded figure, who I'm pretty sure is the hardest boss in the game, because you kind of have to be level 99 to beat him. You don't have to be, but it helps like a lot.
And Sam?
What's that supposed to mean?
But it doesn't stop there. If you return to places like Agrabah or Neverland, you can find secret bosses there too. And like I said, this game is packed with wonder and mystery wherever you go. Now, it's time for me to talk about the story. I won't go into too much detail as I want you, the viewer, to experience the story yourselves, but I will be going into slight spoilers. Nothing that I think is too heavy, but let me tell you, dude, I honestly think the story holds up so well. You're this kid named Sora living on Destiny Islands with your friends and family. Sora's friends, Kairi and Riku, work together to build a raft to leave the islands. Ever since Kairi showed up on the islands, Riku has been curious about what life has to offer outside the islands. You all eventually leave after Sora beats up the other kids on the beach for sport, and are immediately stopped by a wave of these monsters called Heartless. Your entire world has been destroyed, consumed by these monsters. You all get separated and are sent to different worlds. This is where Donald and Goofy come in. They're sent on a mission by the king, our Lord and Savior, Mickey Mouse, through a letter to find the Keyblade wielder. So Sora wakes up in this place called Traverse Town, a refuge for those who've lost their homes due to the Heartless invasion. It's one of my personal favorite worlds out of all the games, to be honest. After stumbling about, he meets up with Donald and Goofy, who tell Sora of their mission to find the king and the Keyblade Master. Sora, determined to find his friends, tags along with them, using Traverse Town as a sort of base. They travel from Disney World to Disney World, getting stronger, fighting Heartless, making friends, sealing the keyhole of each world to protect them from the Heartless, and Sora desperately trying to make up with Riku, who's been manipulated by Maleficent into being bitter with him. And before I forget, Maleficent is the main antagonist other than her secret mysterious leader and their merry band of Disney villains, right? And they are all plotting to stop Sora in his tracks and to kidnap all the Disney princesses to use their power to unlock the door to Kingdom Hearts. So yeah, it's a hero's journey about the importance of friendship and bonds. I know it sounds cliche, but it's genuinely heartwarming to see how happy Sora is just thinking about how he would love to tell Kairi all about his adventures, or seeing how Sora, Donald, and Goofy genuinely feel like friends. To Sora's interactions with other characters like Leon from Final Fantasy VIII, or Sid, or Aerith, or Yuffie, right? And especially the Disney characters like Hercules or Ariel. And said Final Fantasy characters don't play a really, really big role in the story, but they do help you out throughout the game. And you do even get to fight them in the Coliseum, which is awesome. I think it's really cool seeing Aerith, Leon, and Yuffie as their besties, right? Sid gives you parts to rebuild your gummy ship. He also runs the shop, if I'm remembering correctly. As I mentioned before, there's a lot of different collectibles to be found, and my favorite, other than the torn pages to 100 Acre Woods, is the Lost Reports, which describes the origin of the Heartless. It's such a good starting point for where this series' lore goes from here on out. There's an indescribable charm to this game in everything that it does. It really feels like the developers had a lot of love for this game, and it shows. I think despite the rather simplistic story, you'll fall in love with the characters and seeing how they progress through their struggles. I think there's a beauty in its simplicity. It does so much and leaves such a strong impression on you. You can skip the next part since there is one moment that I'd love to talk about to close the section off that is spoilers. So, 3, 2, 1. Okay, you have been warned. Sora and friends make their way to Hollow Bastion, the old home of the Final Fantasy characters and the villain's new base. As they make their way to the castle, Sora is met by Riku, who just beat down the beast. Then this happens.
So, you finally made it. About time. I've been waiting for you. We've always been rivals, haven't we? You've always pushed me, as I've always pushed you.
Riku!
But it all ends here. There can't be two Keyblade Masters.
What are you talking about?
Let the Keyblade choose. Its true master! Maleficent was right. You don't have what it takes to save Kairi. It's up to me. Only the Keyblade Master can open the secret door and change the world.
But that's impossible. How did this happen? I'm the one who fought my way here with the Keyblade!
You were just the delivery boy. Sorry, your part's over now. Here, go play hero with this.
Goofy, let's go. We have to remember our mission.
Oh, well, I know the king told us to follow the key and all, but...
Sora, sorry.
Hey, don't move! You're hurt!
Why did you come here? I came to fight for Belle. And though I am on my own, I will fight. I won't leave without her. That's why I'm here.
Me too. I'm not gonna give up now. I came here to find someone very important to me.
This scene is really special to me, and honestly cemented how great this game was. Beast reminds Sora that his strength doesn't lie in how well he can swing his sword, but fighting for what's special to him no matter what. That's what strength is. And guess what my GOAT does? He picks up that wooden sword and fights like he always has. As you make your way into the heart of the castle, you get one of Sora's most famous speeches right here.
Quit while you can.
No, not without Kairi.
The darkness will destroy you.
You're wrong, Riku. The darkness may destroy my body, but it can't touch my heart. My heart will stay with my friends. It'll never die.
Really? Well, we'll just see about that.
Ah!
Sora ain't gonna go anywhere.
You'd betray your king?
Not on your life. But I'm not gonna betray Sora either, 'cause he's become one of my best buddies after all we've been through together. See you later, Donald. Could you tell the king I'm really sorry?
Hold on, Goofy! We'll tie them together! Well, you know, out for one and right for all.
I guess you're stuck with us, Sora.
Thanks a lot, Donald, Goofy.
How will you fight without a weapon?
I know now I don't need the Keyblade. I've got a better weapon. My heart!
Your heart? What good will that weak little thing do for you?
Although my heart may be weak, it's not alone. It's grown with each new experience, and it's found a home with all the friends I've made. I've become part of their heart just as they've become a part of mine. And if they think of me now and then, if they don't forget me, then our hearts will be one. I don't need a weapon. My friends are my power.
I love how fiercely loyal Donald and Goofy are to their friend, and how emotionally mature Sora is under his goofy exterior. It's moments like these that really sell how great this game is, and it's what makes it really special to me. Alright, and now with the spoilers out of the way, what can I say what hasn't already been said? This game's soundtrack is one of the best out there, period. That's all attributed to the incredibly talented Yoko Shimomura and her team. That same sorrowful song I said I was in love with at the beginning of the video, that's all her, dude. It's called Dearly Beloved. Go check it out if I don't have it playing in the background already because of whatever copyright. It's a beautifully composed song. It's hard to put into words how much I love her work. It's on the same level of Shoji Meguro. Some of my favorites is Kairi, which really makes Kairi and her presence memorable. You really get a feel for her character and how Sora and Riku feel about her through it. Hollow Bastion, which is a chilling yet somewhat motivational song that really sells the feeling that this place is no longer the world it used to be. And then obviously there's Traverse Town, which really captures that feeling of a small town full of people hoping to find a new future. Or Destiny Islands, which, come on, it's the main island theme. It's awesome. It's immersive, just like all of these songs. Oh, and don't think I forgot about my absolute Go Utada, who sings one of my favorite songs, Simple and Clean. I mean, you can't get any more of a Kingdom Hearts vibe than from that song. It's been one of those songs that's been stuck with me for years. It reminds me why I love Kingdom Hearts. I never thought I'd fall in love with Kingdom Hearts 3, and I certainly didn't think I'd fall in love again with 1. I'm really glad I took the chance to play this game, and I honestly just wanted to share that with everyone. Games are real special to me, and I certainly wasn't disappointed with this one. I'll probably make another video after I finish Kingdom Hearts 2, which, okay, editing Sean here, I have finished nearly all of the games. I am on 0.2 Fragmentary Passage, which looks beautiful. I'll probably make a video for the other Kingdom Hearts games. I don't know if it's going to be in the same style. I'm still figuring things out how I want to make videos, but I definitely want to make more Kingdom Hearts content and more content for other games that I enjoy. So thank you so very much for sitting here listening to me yap. No, I will not be talking about Chain of Memories. I hate that game. Sorry. I know that's not a hot take, but I will talk more about Kingdom Hearts. I will talk more about 2, Birth by Sleep, Dream Drop Distance, Days, whatever. But honestly, while Kingdom Hearts 1 may not be the humongous conclusion to decades worth of stories, it certainly has something to offer for anyone who loves RPGs, action games, Disney, Final Fantasy, or anyone who has a remote interest in Kingdom Hearts. I certainly am excited to finish this series. Thank you.